Hey there everyone, happy Friday. It's Joanie with Weathered Wings, and I'm going to be on here playing with clay, air dry clay, and I got a lot of stamps right here. Okay, so what I have, I've got a new thing of clay. It does take quite a bit of clay. And then I've been using, now if you don't, of course you can use cookie cutters. I've just been using this to cut mine out with. I think this especially would be really, really cute with a stocking Christmas, cookie cutter. I think that would be so cute because it's like a sweater kind of stamp. And this is from the Cozy stamp, okay? So as I go, I'll show you everything. And this, I had a little bit of clay left. Where's that? And so this is one that I just painted and did a little gold wax on it. And that was just a stamp as well, okay? I do know that I want to use, I want to layer these little ones with, let's just go ahead and do that first real quick since that's, let me just get my clay out. Like I said, there are so many options. So I just gonna play. And if y'all wanna hang around, that's great. All right, so I'm just taking, let me get we'll get some cornstarch, just regular cornstarch first. Let's see. Gosh, these are all so cute. So this is the cameos mold. This one has a little scene in there, so let's see what that looks like. I am going to get some cookie cutters. I'd like to have, I think I brought this down here. I'd like to have an oval. So I don't know if I have anything like that. But anyway, I put a little bit of starch in there just so the clay will release easily. So let's see. What you up to today, Betty? All right, so you just kind of roll it and press it in there. Make sure your clay is nice and smooth when you put it in there, okay? So if you put kind of hardened, crackled clay in there, well, that's what you're going to get out. So it's one of those, get out what you put in it, basically. Yes, I use too much. You don't have to do that, but I just grabbed a hunk off and now, I like to pull the excess clay off with my fingers, okay, like this, kind of lightly, because you want the back of your mold, this will be the bottom once you take it out. You want it to be nice and flat so that it will lay down nicely. Okay. And you even can use a brayer, but be kind of careful because sometimes when you're rolling it, it'll pick that clay up, and when it lays back down, it'll kind of shift on the design. So I'm just going to kind of do it once that way, once this way. Still seems like it has a little bit of excess, so let's just, all right. That messed it up. That's so cute. Okay. See, this one had a, okay, my internet was trying to mess up. So, just kind of wanted to, now, no, this is not round, but that'll look okay right there. I don't need that one little doohickey right there. Oh gosh, I left my glue upstairs. Let's see if I did get my glue. I'll just pour some out right here. It's been sitting upside down, so maybe I'll have enough. Okay, so turn it over ever so lightly because I don't want to smudge the background. But I do want to go ahead and lay it down while it's pliable. get it to mold to this round other piece of clay. So this clay, I'm going to show you in just a second what I did. It's now hardened. Okay. Lightly set it down. Not pressing hard, I'm barely pressing. Okay. Watch that right here. Okay, and so when this dries, I didn't get it in the center. Y'all know I'm always crooked. So when that dries, I'll paint it. I'll paint it all. Now this clay, it was this. You tell it's a little, since it's wet, it's going to be a little different color. But when it dries, it'll be this color. But it doesn't matter because I'm going to paint it all. Okay? So, I love that. All right, so I'm going to set this over, let this dry. Now let's go ahead and make one of our circles, and I'll show you what I did with the stamp. I really like that. But the beauty comes out. You know, I love it just all white, but I think I'm going to use a little bit of glaze today. A little bit of champagne glaze. So many options here. We have choices. We have choices. Oh, I meant to grab a little t-shirt. I want to do this kitty's thing. All right. So again, I'm going to kind of roll my clay. I'm going to use my brayer. You can use a rolling pin or, you know, even a bottle. Like I can even use this, you know, just roll it out. Probably best to use, get a bigger piece. Let me do this. Since I'm going in a round circle, I don't need it oblong. And for thickness, you know, I did about that thick. And you don't even have to cut them. With my friend Elaine here, that's local. She used some clay, and I don't think she cut a shape out of hers. I think she just kind of left rough edges, and then stamped onto it, and you know, put a pretty little hanger on it, and it was really pretty. So like, you could definitely just leave it like this. It really had a neat look to it. So, now if you want to go ahead and stamp it first and then cut it, let's see about that. So, let me just show you this stamp real quick. This is the one that has like the sweater look. It's the cozy stamp. And this was one of the, oh, and let me tell y'all, these, if I use anything Christmas, it's not going to be available. I do have these though, this cozy stamp. It was a Christmas one from last year. And it's the one that has this. It has two sweatery type looks. It has this. Wait, did I use this or this? I used this one. So you could double it like this, or I like it just kind of like I did in the middle, or you could just use this. I'm gonna use this again just in case the circle might cut that off or something. So let's put the little snowflake or whatever right in the all right, so you just put your stamp. Okay, so it has, I'm just going to put it right in the clay and press. So I'm pressing that design. This is normally what I use, and I will use, I'll tell you what, I will stamp on this one with the ink. So I'll leave one for us to, since it's already hard. These I'm not going to be able to paint yet until they dry. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, just because I've been poking with it, I want to make sure I don't have it. All right, right, so now it's got that cute little design in it. And then I'm gonna go ahead now, see what I was saying here is it's gonna be a little hard to get it centered because I'm not good with that. But I just want to give y'all the idea of what we're doing. Okay, this is where you'd use a cookie cutter if you have one, or I think Ralph threw all mine away. Okay. And I just peel that off. And then I usually use like some kind of little spatula or something to lift it. Oh, you know what? Use, put down some wax paper or something. That way it won't stick. I'll just rub my edges off. I'll probably have some wax paper down there somewhere, but that's a good idea. Okay. And it has that little design in there. See, the little sweater. And I'm going to sit this off and just let it harden. And this is what I like to sit my stuff on, y'all, for them to dry. It's just a little, I don't know, like a cookie thing where you let cookies dry. This is what I just like to put this on because then it dries evenly or more evenly. Put this back up. Again, this is the Cozy stamp, and it has, let me see if I can show you this side of it. It's easier of what all's in there. So those little deer would be really cute. They're like, you know, stitched. Those would be cute. You know, I would make bigger ones. Okay, so that's some cute stuff. All right, so let me put this back up. It is an angel, and it's a stamp, and I just cut her out. Isn't she pretty? But let's paint this one. I'll set this one over here too, just so I don't smush this one. All right, so I'm going to take some paint real quick. Now, once they dry and harden, is when I paint them. Now, what I do with my brush, here it is. Put it in this baggie. It was actually a big stamp. It was kind of like this, and I just cut the angel part out of it. And then, y'all, to use that, I didn't even put the hole in that one. Let me show you how I put a hole in it. I took a little, here it is, top of a eyeliner pencil, okay? Just a top of some kind of little makeup pencil, lip pencil, something like that. And I just stuck it in there. Just stuck it down, twist it, and pull it up. And see, then it just pulls the little, it just pulls it out of there. Rub my edges back down. And there, it has the hole in it. Let's get back to painting her. I'll just paint the top of her, but I will go back and paint along the sides. I'll show y'all the stamp if you want me to, but I do believe it's called Heavenly. Pick her up. She's pretty thick, this one. And you can sand the edges once this is dry. Should have done that. I just didn't. Forgot, actually. But I can go back and do it after she's even painted. All right. So, dry it. Dries fast. I'm using Paint Couture in Farmhouse Linen, the same color I used the other day for the big mold. Now, I waxed the other day, so today let me just use a little glaze on her and see. I normally will top coat before I use glaze, but you really don't have to. I hope you don't. I know with their, so this is a chalk style paint, and I know with their acrylic paints you don't have to, but let's just, because I will brush this on. Where's my paper towel? And I'll wipe it back, so get a rag. Normally when you top coat it, it's just that much easier to wipe back, but I love this glaze so much I don't even care if it wipes back off. It's called Champagne, and it's by Paint Couture as well. It's just, it's beautiful. It just has a, it has like a little metallic sheen in there. So any of the stamps that you love, you could actually make into a casting like this, you know. Just roll out your clay thick like I did, and now some of them, I'm gonna say though, some of the stamps that don't have a little, or that don't have a lot of detail, some of them just have a lot of shading, so those aren't gonna, if the stamp doesn't have a lot of detail, you're not gonna have a lot of detail on your casting. Hope that makes sense. I stamped something last night, and it just didn't, you really couldn't tell what it was because it had more shading than it did. Okay. This rag, I usually use a damp rag. Let's just see what this does. I think this will be fine. So I'm wiping off the high points, the high, you know, just like I did when I did the wash. Remember I did the wash with the big lady mold. The Persephone mold. I did the wash, and I wiped the wash back just like this. So I could still, now I could do the wash on this, but I really wouldn't want to use, you know, I used water with that. That's what a wash is. It's watered down paint, and I really don't think I'd want to put a lot of water on the clay because it'll, you know, it could get a little mushy. So this is just real subtle. You could, you know, you could use a darker glaze. I'm getting some of it out that's maybe settling in some places that I don't want it. When this dries, you could do it again. Oh, is that a hair? Don't want a hair on her. Dries, it'll be somewhat, it'll have a shimmer to it. This is a really pretty glaze. Okay, and should be, and this, I like to use, I forgot what is this ribbon called again? It just slipped my mind. This ribbon. I have a big wad of it. There's all kind of little loops and bows you can do, but I just pretty much like to be simple. I've got paint all over my hands. And so this hole, I made this hole big enough that it kind of, it'll go through. I usually use a little paintbrush to kind of get it through. I'll have to take that one out now to paint this, but you know, these little ribbons are really pretty. And you could also put the little beads on there. The little natural wood beads would be so pretty. Just maybe 3 right there. Be so pretty. Okay, especially on her because that's about the color it would be. With this one, I think I actually just want it white. I love that white look. I love to decorate my tree, and that's not this, you know, this is a kind of a creamy white. But I love to decorate with white and red and gold. So any variation of those, I love it. Since that's already white up there, I don't have to get it exact by the ribbon. It's got some pretty big detail on this one, or a lot of detail, I should say. You know what would be pretty too if you left it just white is if we use the tell them Betty if we use the sheer frost glass glitter and just have it all shiny. I love putting glitter on my ornaments as well. I'll try to just keep it, I'll try to stay focused. I'll try to stay focused today. See, that's the detail with that. So cute. All right. Now, let's roll out some more because I want to see what else we can make. Oh, I forgot. Now, remember, IOD will have their, you know, I don't know why they don't do their Christmas release as part, you know, the Christmas part is the summer release, because this is, you know, I know a lot of you are makers, and that's when you know, this is when you need to be making your stuff for your booths and your and the shows that you do and so forth. But just know that, you know, stuff will be coming out, but not until September. So, trying to give you a heads up, just an idea of some things that you can go ahead and be doing. You know, if you could go ahead and do this part, cut out some. I'd like to roll out a bunch at one time, but it's just too hard with this. And again, I didn't put dust down, cornstarch, I mean. And I would say it is better to stamp, you know, before you cut it out. I think, but we'll see. At least you kind of know how much room you got. Let's see what this one looks like. I kind of like to do this just to make sure I get it all kind of even. Well, it has good detail. I like it. Let's see if I can lift it up. Now, see this bit, the other one, the big one, I cut around it, but this one I just kind of like on here, like it is. It'll be pretty to paint and put a pretty ribbon on it with some beads. See how easy that is? I love that. Can you tell it's an angel? She's like covering her mouth or something. Again, her. That's it right there. All right. And like I said, I just like them. I wish I had some wood beads to show y'all how pretty that would be. And I probably do have some somewhere. So this one, it was kind of Christmassy. It was from like 2 years ago. Last year we had winter adornment, which was very similar. I didn't even open one for myself because it was so similar. But I do have 2 of those left. But it's, you know, this one has pine cones and stuff. One thing about the cornstarch on here, it does get in your clay and kind of dries it out and gets it a little wrinkly. So honestly, I think it'd be better just to put it on some wax paper. Ooh, cutting it close on that one. All right. Just kind of smooth down those edges. Now, I like this little, all right, so I'm gonna put this thing right there, but let me see about these letters. I wanna spell out Noel. And you know, you could put these on a little thin mount, you know, a little piece of plastic. Just make sure you didn't dig into that with need more room. I'll move that up a little, this up a little. So you don't have to wait on Christmas stuff to get it straight. Pressing it down. We'll press this in here. Oh, it's landed on there. I'll paint these and post a picture. I'm not sure if I'm gonna paint them all the same. I may. And see, isn't that pretty? Look at that. All right, so I'm gonna set this over. Let's stamp this one. And the reason that I'm just gonna stamp with this one is because I think they're all pretty flat. And this is what I mean. See how it's mostly just shading? All that black right there is flat. So I wouldn't want to stamp into the clay because it would not be enough definition. I mean, it would not be enough detail. So, unless, look at these trees, y'all. Those trees would be pretty. If you made a rectangle, you know, clay, and put those trees on there. Now see, there's no, that's flat, it's totally flat, but you would still get the outline and you could paint it in with some, you know, you just paint it in. All right, there's the one I want and it's gone. There it is. Maybe too big, but it doesn't matter because it just go on like that. Let's see this one. I like this one too. Yeah, that's smaller, and I think that'll be pretty. So let's see what this looks like. All right, so I got my stamp here. I mean my stamp pad. I'm just gonna try to hold it because wait, is this paint? This is not painted yet. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Let's paint it real quick. My paintbrush is drying up. You don't have to. You didn't have to paint it, but I kind of wanted it painted. there's any cracks and stuff in your clay, the paint will fill it up. And you may not want it white. You want it a different color. Again, I'm gonna pick this up. You can roll this with your brayer if you'd rather. I like doing this, but when it gets on that flat part, it bugs me because I don't want it coming off on my thing. And if you paint and need to touch up, then there's that. So, and it doesn't all have to fit. Hold it. I wish we had a pretty brown ink. Now, you can mix the red and the green. That should give you a brown. So, IOD does sell empty bottles. So I'm going to have to get some empty bottles and I'm going to mix green and red. Just the Christmas colors will be. And so that'll give you like a sepia look. Sometimes I press too hard, so I have to be careful. And I kind of smeared. Oh my gosh. Y'all, that is so cute. That is so stinking cute. And with a pretty, you know, another ribbon on there and whatever kind of beads you want would be really cute. I'll just have to, the ribbons are like in a knot. But see, that would be, you could have one whole tree with that cuteness. You could get black, oh, you know, like red velvet ribbons would be pretty with this, or green velvet, black velvet. These are, does anybody remember what these are called, this ribbon? I'll find it. Got it on Amazon. Be careful because my ink is not dry. I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to heat it with a heat gun. Idea. But I really do like that one. That one's really cute. And of course you could do whatever ink you wanted. Alright. Let me know if you have any questions on that. I may come back next week and try to think of some more stuff that we can do Christmas wise. So this one, I can't wait to paint this one. I think these will be really pretty as far as the ones we did with the, that was from the cameo mold. So, of course, there are tons of cameos on there. We also have the rosettes mold that makes the little ones. All right, guys, that's it. That's it for now. See if any questions? Tags for gifts, yes. Perfect idea. And yes, as a little extra gift on there. So cute. You could also wrap it in paper and stamp it with stamp the paper. But yeah, I love that idea, Carol. That's a great idea. All right, y'all. You have a great weekend. Thanks for hopping in and hanging in there with me. See y'all later. Bye.